evening. Welcome. It's yo girl. It's me. I'm back. And let me tell ya, it's been a rough day. I don't know what it is though. I feel like I just have not had a good day. Obviously, for the obvious reason. But like, I don't know, I feel like it was awfully warm today, surprisingly, and I just feel like it's been like stuffy everywhere I go. So, like, skin wise, I'm not feeling great either. I feel like it was just really hot today, like everywhere. But we're gonna keep things light, keep things chill. I'm working on my bullet journal today, mainly because that's something I just want to do again for like the relaxation purposes. It's nice to kind of just like take things easy and just keep your hands busy and let your mind do its thing. And earlier today, I was having a conversation with some of my friends, and they were like, "Yeah, I was on a walk with my daughter, and for a whole like 25 minutes, I was just like lost in thought." And she had brought like her AirPods or something. She was like, "I didn't play any music because I was just so like caught up in my own thoughts." And I'm like, "Yeah, girl, I feel you." Just thinking about the state of the union, state of me, the state of like my mental state, my emotional state, state of like, my state, etc. But yeah, so we're keeping it really chill, really like, okay. Like it's like stuffy in here too. I'm like, should I turn off the heat? Like the thing with the room that I'm in is that it's like hot in the summer, it's cold in the winter. Like it's not temperature controlled, okay? Because like I have a fan in here for the summer, but I can't put an AC in here, and then I have like a heater here for the winter. And today it was just so freaking warm. Hi Tina, how are you doing today? Yeah, I walked into my house after I got home from work, and I was like, it's 75 degrees in here, and I had to turn off the heat. But yeah, while I was at work today, I started sketching out my November bullet journal. Obviously, it's hard to tell because it's like some of it's a little erased, but I'm doing a matcha-ish theme or whatever. I did a little sketching while I was at work today. And I figured this will kind of be the stream. You can turn up some of the kind of the cozy vibe music, and just kind of hang out. So maybe if you are, I don't know, writing in your journal, I don't know, doing some art yourself, whatever. But this is again very low energy, kind of just like a come hang out with me type of stream, Again, I had a lot of thoughts today because obviously, that's the way it is. But I was lucky. I will say today was a pretty easy day at work. I had a shoot today, and it went very smoothly. Like the kids were great. Products were good. We actually had lunch really early. Like we wrapped out our morning shoot pretty early, and then we were able to go out and have lunch, which we don't really do. We usually order in, or like I'll go pick up lunch or whatever. But we got to go to lunch. We went to this pho place that's like right down the road from the studio, which was nice. I had a nice hot bowl of pho. Very funny because it's like it was awfully warm today, like 70s, probably even pushing 80 at some point. But yeah, that was nice. And I will say, and we got up really early. Like I left at like 2:30, so I was pumped about that. But yeah, and now it's just like fuck. And I'm realizing in my brain right now, it occurred to me as I'm like working on making my like bullet journal spread for this month that fuck, I'm about to go on a like a 2-week work every day run. Which isn't like whatever. I'm sure people do work more than that. You know what I mean? But like, I'm like, fuck. I personally haven't done that in a while because I realized between like shoots and then my second job, it's like, oh wait a second, I'm literally working. So from today, which is what, Wednesday all the way till next Sunday, I think. So yeah. Which is fine, that's why. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13 days in a row. Which again, it's fine. It's fine. People do it, But sometimes I'm just like, oh fuck. That I need people. I haven't done that shit. So I'm like, I'm trying to like mentally prepare for that, and also trying to like prepare in terms of this is where I think I'm figuring out again, what do I want to do for streaming wise. I do think that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings will probably be the best options for me to stream. And then every once in a while I could do like a bonus, maybe Thursday stream. That's generally what I'm thinking in my brain. But you know, we'll see. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to voice my thoughts aloud because it's like, especially when it comes to like goals or ideas. So it's like, well, I don't know if that's just gonna happen or not. So I don't want to set the expectations. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep it chill and let's start coloring, I guess, and outlining shit. So this one is a matcha theme. I think I'm going to. I probably will actually need to erase more things. Okay. I'm gonna start from the top. If you would like to tell me about your day, please feel free. I would love to know how your day went. If you have any thoughts about anything, you know, let me know. I know it's kind of been a rough day, an odd day, you know. Can I turn the music down a little or turn the mic up? Yeah, I can do that. Is that better? I feel like the thing too is that where I'm sitting now too, it's a little further from my mic than normal. And my mic is very much, like, I have to be very close to it. Because if from here, you probably can't hear it very well. You know what I'm saying? I never know how people who like, who are like, I'm going to use the term good at art. I feel like they just do one stroke with such confidence and it's like, that's the one. And it's like, ugh, if only, fam. I personally am not that kind of like, you know, artiste. Not that even my sketches have multiple lines, man. Like, I just can't commit. Damn, can I turn the music back up then? I think I can't hear much now. What do the people want? Hold on. Hello? Is this better? Is that better? I appreciate the feedback though. Because, you know, sometimes it's like, I don't know what's going on. My day was hard. My parents didn't help, but ended up talking to the guy, so that was nice. Talking to the guy. How dare you talk to a man on a day like today? I feel like it's probably common to the points where it's like with your parents in particular, where it's like, you know, I feel like it just seems to be one of those patches, you know, how it ebbs and flows, where it's like it feels like there hasn't been as much like, you know, I think it's been in a tough like time, you know, where it's like every other day there's something, you know. But alas, I guess that's how it's gonna be. Okay, I gotta think this out. I guess I'll outline everything and then I'll figure out the coloring stuff, because so this thing right here is supposed to be a little plate of matcha powder, but I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do that yet. Like how to, cause it's supposed to be like an idea is like it's the flat lay, like a top down view of like matcha related stuff, you know. But I'm not really sure what it's gonna look like. Going to shower. Okay, great. Have a great shower. You know, that's exactly what I'm gonna do after stream. Hey, big guy, how are you doing today? Art just started, but you know what? I don't know how well it's gonna go, but it's for the soul. You know what I'm saying? I need it for the soul. You doing all right? I'm glad. But yeah, I feel like, that's funny. I mentioned this yesterday, but how it's like, oh, I think when we were playing the game yesterday, the characters were talking about writing and stuff, right? And I think I had mentioned how it's like, oh yeah, I'm someone who's like kept a journal, like a physical journal, ever since I was like, actually it's both physical and digital. Like I was someone who always had like a blog or whatever. At one point, so I did like Xanga and LiveJournal for years, obviously like Tumblr, etc. But I was saying how I often would write in my journal only when I was kind of like feeling down, really, which is like, and that's like something I've really tried to get away from, just because it's like, you know, when I was going through kind of like a toxic situation or whatever, my journal really ended up being like, you know, my safe haven, right? Because I felt some type of way about like talking to people about, you know, my actual thoughts, because, you know, I'd hear the same things from, you know, the people who cared about me, and granted, they're very right, and it's just like, you know, I don't think I was really wanted to hear certain things, you know what I mean? Like, I knew I was not making great choices, and I knew that, but like, I was not trying to be hearing it from other people, you know what I'm saying? But in those couple years of my life or whatever, few years, like too many years, honestly, I wrote in my journal a lot. And I feel like when I realized that, that's when I was like, you know what, I really need to start writing in my journal on like the good days too, not just like the shitty ones, you know? But, and I'll say it again though too about my journal. Like, I think that I'm always called to write when I'm not feeling great, when things are uncomfortable, when I'm trying to like figure out whether it's what I want or how I am, or how I'm feeling like anxious or whatever, you know, about, I don't know, whether it's how I feel in my personal life, how I feel like society is headed, etc. Like, I feel often called to write in my journal, like during times where there's just like turmoil, like global turmoil and stuff too. I always feel called to write in my journal, because sometimes I'm not really great at articulating my own feelings, like verbally or whatever, or like publicly, I guess. I don't know. Okay, these things look like little sperms and not like tea leaves. What the fuck? They look like I don't know why I drew them that way. This is supposed to be like a tea leaf. Like, they're supposed to be tea leaves. This is a matcha related, whatever. But oh shit. I don't think I was supposed to draw this leaf. I must have erased too well, apparently, which is funny because I don't often do that. Yeah, I always find it funny looking at my old journal entries, whether it's like usually the digital ones. Like, I've looked at my old like LiveJournal before, and it's just so embarrassing. It's like cringe embarrassing, but also like kind of endearing though, because, you know, it's just like shit about like, you know, my like teenage life or whatever, and it's like, what the hell is interesting about that, you know? What is exciting about my teenage like depression? Nothing. It's just funny, you know, all like the little problems that like are not problems like at all, but, you know, at the time you think it is, right? Okay. And, you know, it's really funny because I would look back at some of that stuff, and I would like not refer to any person by like their name, because I was always like, I felt some type of way where I was like, I don't want people to like find me out and know all my secrets. And it's like, I was like 15. What the fucking secrets did I have? You know what I mean? But one of my journals is all messed up because of that feeling of like not wanting to be like found out or whatever. And like, so this is my like current journal, whatever. But like, in one of my old ones, I would open a page like right here, and then the next day I'd open like a separate page and right there, and then so it'd all just be all messed up, right? And so I figured in my brain, my like big brain idea about that was that if anyone like ever found it and tried to like read it, right, it'd be all out of order, so they wouldn't like know. It'd be hard to like, you know, put together. And that was my like big brain. Ooh, this is how I'm so secretive. And that's just how my brain worked at the time. That's funny. And this one one here, I got like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago or something. Actually, let me see. At the time, I don't even know what I thought it was gonna be. I got it in 2020, it looks like. Wait. So in March of 2020 is when I wrote this one. It says, a brand new journal after using one for 3+ years. But yeah, there you go. And it's funny because this one, when I was in Connecticut, when I was in grad school, it's all taped up because basically the water tank in my apartment, which was in my bedroom, it was in my closet, like exploded or something. So there was just, I got like a call from my maintenance guy, and it was basically like, hey, this happened, there's water all over your floor, we're gonna try to clean up what we can, blah, blah, blah. And I was at work at the time. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went home, and some of the books I had like on the floor of my room were kind of like ruined and stuff, and including my journal and like some of my shoes and whatnot. But granted, you know, it was like fine, but like, you know, and that's the reason why it's all warped on one side. It's like the cover is kind of torn up, and there's tape on it. Okay. You know what I say? It's not a stream of mine without there being a burp. At least one. I don't think I've ever gone on a single stream without a burp. Yes, the water heater. Yes, you're right. They tend to start leaking when they get to like 10 years old. Oh, let me tell you, I'm sure this thing was way older than 10 years old. My little crusty, dusty apartment in Connecticut. It's like, I got a lot of shit to say about it, but it was also like, you know, a good time. Still, you know, it was my first like time living alone, and it was like a little 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. And the heat didn't work very well, but luckily I worked in a restaurant at the time, and I did a lot of doubles. So I would just turn the heat on when I went to sleep, you know, because I would wake up, have my like cereal or whatever, and then leave, be gone the entire day, not get home until like 12:30, and then just like go to bed. What city was that in? That was in Ansonia, Connecticut. So kind of like a random, like, I feel like I talk to people who live in kind of like, oh, I've like never been there. Or, like, it's always something that you just maybe like see on a sign, but like never gone into. But yeah, I lived on the main street there. And it was, what I liked about that, it's funny, I literally lived on like the main street, but it was a little run down. But there were still a few little restaurants and stuff. Like I lived right above a Thai restaurant, and there was like, I want to say, it was definitely like Hispanic food. I just can't think of which country of origin. That was right by me as well. There was like, you know, a supermarket within walking distance. Like the post office was right there or whatever. And there was a train right behind me as well. Next to Derby. Indeed next to Derby. But yes, I lived there. And again, I liked that I was able to just like walk to some things if I wanted to. I lived right by, like, there's a Target there that I lived right by. And then with like a Marshall's. And again, it was weird because it was like not a city at all, you know what I mean? But like, it gave me a little bit of like, oh, I can just go out in the morning and like, you know, go to a nice little coffee shop, or again, do some errands. Like I literally would walk to Target, especially during lockdown. Like I was able to just like get out of the house and take a walk and just like, you know, spend the government subsidy money on stupid shit because I, you know, had nothing better to do. Yeah, and that apartment was like $900 a month or $925 a month or something. And again, I didn't love everything about it, like at all, but you know, it did its job, and I feel like that was I think 2020 was a really big turning point for me as a person. Whether or not it's a mix of things, because it was like, oh, this is the year that I like moved out on my own, whatever. No, that wasn't looking that good. And it was like obviously the COVID stuff, but it was also like the year that I felt the most like I was coming into my own, really. That like I felt a lot more confident to like do things. Like for example, I gained the confidence and like whatever to be on the internet, you know what I mean? Like that was something I like wanted to do for years. Like I wanted to stream in like 2018, you know, during I guess like the Twitch hype then, right? I talk about that's like I was really into it at the time, you know? And that's when I bought my first PC. Like I bought my PC and I built that PC, you know? But I never ended up really doing that. And like even with like YouTube stuff, I had made videos previously. I thought when I wanted to first like make YouTube videos, I actually thought I was gonna do it as like a cosplayer. That's what I thought it was gonna be. But then I realized that shit is fucking hard and that shit takes a lot of time. I was like, nah, I'm good. Because not even is it just like the filming part of things and like the filming, editing, etc. It's like the fucking actual make these cosplays or like do the craft part of it also would take a lot of time, and it's kind of a money suck too. So I was like, that's not the smartest thing in the world. And then again, it's just like the lack of confidence at the time. I don't know. Something happened in 2020. Okay. That's gonna be my little matcha latte. Okay, so the idea is that this is a bowl of matcha, and it'll be like matcha powder. This is the little hockey stick looking spoon thingy, and then this is the pot that you would like mix the matcha in hot water with, right here, and with the whisk. And then this is the latte, and then I'm going to draw some roll cakes with some strawberries. Oh man, this is like not straight at all. You can see specifically in this orientation how not even that is, but you know, whatever. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna be real. The reason why I be burping all the time on this stream definitely has to be because I always stream like right after I eat dinner, right? That's gotta be the reason. Probably because I eat way too fast. Okay. Now the classic roll cake. So this was like inspired by just like a post I saw on Instagram, but it also really reminded me of when I went to the I believe it's called the Ocelot Tea Farm. I don't know, place in Busan. I'm sorry, in Jeju Island. And you could see the field that had all like the tea and stuff. And like when I was there, I went to the cafe, and of course I bought tea, but also I had my little teapot there, but I also had some different like cakes and stuff there too. Okay, not gonna lie, this entire little like roll cake thing, when I was sketching it, I was so confused. I was like, wait a second, like here I drew it out where it's like, okay, I kind of shaded it in where like the cream and stuff would be, but now I'm like outlining it. I'm like, wait, does this make sense? Like this is cake, this is cream. I'm already confused on this one, so let's go with this one. My head's touching my mic. Okay, let me think now. All right. Okay. So this part is the cream inside. So I think I'm going to do one of the pieces of cake to be like matcha cake with a white cream. So I guess I'll just leave it the color it is. And the other one I think is going to be a chocolate cake with the cream will be matcha. Okay. Now, so this little swirl on the inside will be the cream. The rest is the cake. Now, I like have to mentally draw the lines. Like this one's here, this one here, I guess. All right, like this one is one that's really confusing because I think it's like this is the cream, or is this the cream? I don't know. Whatever. That's a later me problem. And I mean later, I mean like in 2 minutes. November. It's funny, I feel like every fucking year, I'm always like, oh my god, November. Before I fucking spell this one, let me think. I'm always like, oh my god, I can't believe it's already blankety blank month. And they're like, oh my god, can you believe X amount of months of the year have gone by? And it's like, yeah, I complain about, or like, you know, I'm shocked by the passage of time every year. Like, damn. strawberries down here. I wanted to add more colors than green and brown, so I was like, you know what tastes will be good? Strawberries, right? Can't go wrong with strawberries. Perfect. Okay, those are not good leaves, but like whatever. Apparently I just can't draw leaves. Looks like a tractor. Which one does everything? Hello, Chris. Hey, Nigel, how are you? Listen, what is wrong with my leaves today? I don't know. I feel like these little leaves here look like little sage leaves, man. I don't know. I feel like again, I don't know what would make leaves so difficult for me, but here we are. Do I know if tea leaves are grown and look that way? Not really, but I know they are like a little long and soft. Not long and soft, but you know what I mean, like general shape. I am okay. I've definitely been better. But you know, that's why I think that today, again, art therapy. Art therapy, chill music, we're hanging out. Okay, I guess I'll color this one first to make things more interesting, because I have other sketches here. Not gonna lie, I was having my thoughts, my feelings, whatever this morning, obviously. So, and I think the thing too, which I've like, and it's not so much about like just the results. It's more just like I think the feeling of like the way I guess this the shift of the way I think that the American people, I suppose, are mentally is like alarming to me, and it just makes me sad because sometimes I'm just like I feel like I don't feel like it feels like the majority of the people in the country now like do not support women or people of color at this point. And as a woman and person of color, I feel like there's a lot of spaces where I've realized which I really don't think that like, you know, the support's really there sometimes. And I think the thing too is that like not only is it in like the obvious areas, but it's like for the I don't know, like the just I guess the rise of like the alpha male incel entitled to I don't know to be better or stronger or this that or use like rhetoric that's really just like harmful to women and minorities and you know whatever it's just like very shocking. It's like disappointing to me, especially when I look at my own state too, which is a blue state, a usually pretty strong blue state, and it's like of course there I think just seeing the way that my state voted too, it's like I was very surprised how split it was. You know, it's just something I didn't realize was happening. You know what I mean? And especially it's like, you think that some people are just kind of like outliers, right? Where it's like there are certain towns in my state that like, you know, are a little more like rural, etc. But then it's like, oh no, I can go down the street of my house and see people who are very loud and proud and like very like far to the right, you know? Which is like, do you, but it's just like, I don't think that I really understood or saw or or realize how much of it was there. And it's like, oh shit, like that just be even in my like normal driving in my like small little town, it's like, oh, you know what, there's a lot more flags waving than I noticed before, you know, things like that. And especially it's like being in spaces where that are male dominated, for example, like streaming on the internet, like being on Twitch, being on a gaming site, etc., right, where it's like, you know, that's just like communities that are very male oriented in general, right? Being fans of things like, I don't know, like video games and sports and just like other things that are typically geared towards men, and it just feels like it can be tough sometimes, especially also I work in an industry that also never has enough women, you know what I mean? Like there's many a time I am the only woman in the room. There's many times where I'm the only person of color in the room. Like, I love on the shoot today, I love the guys I work with, but it's like they're all white men. You know what I mean? And both companies that I do a lot of freelance work for, I am the only girl there. You know what I mean? I am the only woman. I am the only person of color there. For both of those, so out of like, if there's call it 20 people, I'm the woman. I'm the token woman. I'm the token not white person, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like those are situations that I'm become accustomed to, I suppose. But it's just like just thinking about things where it's like, damn. I think there's a lot of reasons the results came out the way they were. Some was definitely racism and misogyny, but I think there was a lack of counter messaging. Oh, I agree. I think there was more. I think there's more than that, but I think, in my opinions, or kind of the way I feel, is that like people put aside certain parts of the other side to the side, if that makes any sense. Where it's like, okay, you can agree or disagree, because again, I don't think anyone agrees on every single policy or stance of either, candidate or whatever. But it's more just like, oh, y'all really don't care that the person you want to represent your country or to whatever is this kind of person. You know what I mean? I think that's something that's baffling to me. Like, some things seem so very obvious to me, where it's like, why would we want a person who acts this way or says these things or pushes certain rhetoric to be our leader, to represent us, to roll back things not only that are not just in the sense of like, oh, it's for the economy, and it's like there's more to our side than the economy though too, and you know what they say too, it's like it's not recommended to be a single policy voter, whether it's an economic policy or an abortion policy or an immigration policy, whatever, right? I don't know, but basically the thoughts I was having today was not, again, more so than just like the results, but it's more just like, yeah, I don't like the way that people like they're going to agitate whatever, it's either like the things that they are spouting sometimes, it's just like, oh, this is what young people are listening to, you know what I mean? And then when you talk, and the thing about like the thing to me about like, when you think about our government and you think about like the future, right? This is why it's like, oh, our children, this, that, blah, blah, blah. You got to keep our kids, healthy in the schools, this, that. And it's like, are we doing that though? Are we doing that? Are we making the future better? And honestly, I don't, there's today made me feel like we're not. And that's what I've been thinking about a lot today. Like, I think there's a lot to be grateful for in this life, and I think that there's always going to be like a way that, hey, we can make the correct changes or whatever, but sometimes it feels like we're going so far back, or that's what people want, and it's like, I'm surprised is all. I'm like, again, baffled. Where it's like rolling back, like environmental policies and stuff too. It's like, I really don't understand how people can still think that climate change is like not real, especially when we've seen not only just like the differences in extreme weather in the past couple of years, right? Where it's like we've just seen 2 major hurricanes like come and hit places they haven't hit before. We've seen snow happen in Texas and in my state too. It's like it was fucking like 80 degrees today. That's not normal. And then I always wonder too, it's like, how like the northern lights are a thing, obviously, right? And it's like, yeah, in this area we've been able to see them more than like one time in the last year or two, and it's like surprising because it's always something that like you had to go up north. Obviously it's like something you see in Iceland or whatever. It's something you see if you go to Alaska, or maybe if you're lucky you'll go to Maine and see it. And it's like, what do you mean I can go outside of my house, like where I am now, and potentially see it? Like, I feel like is there a bigger message there, So I don't know, I was thinking too much about the world, and it's like, yo, we gotta cut that shit out. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is gonna turn out. Here's the thing with me and like coloring, I just don't test things out and I just kind of go for it, And I'm like, damn, okay, I hope that's like the right thing.
Okay, I should have did this first. It's supposed to be the bottom of the bowl, and it's supposed to be matcha powder on top. We probably should have like did a little underpainting, right? What color is this? Hold on, what color is this? Oh, it's like the dark green. See? I should have figured that out first. Is that what I used? A lot of the online spaces that influence young men definitely lean right and are racist and misogynistic. A lot of spaces are funded by the worst people. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, not me putting brown on. It really is. And I think it's just like sad though too, in the sense of where it's like I don't. You know, you can mix in the idea of like, oh, people just want clout for dumb shit, whatever, right? And it's just like, yeah, we gotta like cut that shit out. You know what I mean? In the sense of where it's like, and I don't know. It's hard not to lose a little bit of hope and faith, you know? Where it's like, there's a lot of great creators out there. There's a lot of people who seem like normal people who seem like, you know, but it's like, I don't know if it's like their voices aren't large enough, or I don't know, or like, you know, again, for the clout, for the views, etc. And it's like some of it's like, okay, you say things as a joke, ironically, etc. And it's like, but when does it become not ironic anymore, you know? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that like, I don't like to think that like, you know, things are hopeless. I don't think they are, but it's more just like, I guess I'm just confused and disappointed. I'm anxious. I'm worried. I have a lot of feelings, you know. And it's like not only it's not like what does it mean for me, but it's like what does it mean for like again the future? What does it mean for like the Gen Alpha kids now, right? It's like we can't get these kids off their fucking phones anyway, and it's like it's hard to, yeah, everyone's got the brain rot, etc., etc. And it's like yeah, like we use brain rot as again like a funny little haha hee hee, like okay, who's mogging here, blah blah blah. What are these stupid little trends on TikTok, etc. But it's like no, that should be infiltrating more than that, you know. Between that and then just between like the international repercussions of being online and just like you know whatever, and obviously with like the relations with you know world leaders, etc., and how that can affect everything too. It's just like I gotta stop thinking out there. I gotta back in. I think for the next 4 years, people just have to focus on local community and politics. I hope they do. I think the thing though is that's like the local part of it. It's like it depends on where you are locally as well too. And I think that sometimes too, some of the bigger issues, it's just like in the extreme cases, like will this administration help you? You know, like if there is a mass deportation, right? It's or something. It's like okay, what happens to those people, to their families, to the undocumented people, or whatever, right? Like I don't know, and it's like there's only going to be so many resources or like of like personnel to assist too. I'm sure. I don't know. I guess I just worry a lot. When I think too hard about things like that, it's just like, oh, I don't know. And granted, it's really easy to be like, well, that doesn't affect me personally, and it doesn't. But or it probably won't, as far as I know. But like, you know, when that something happens to you, right? You're never thinking about that like it's gonna be you, but then when it is, and you're like asked out. And I feel like the thing is that sometimes the people in the power don't actually think about those people, you know. Sometimes I feel like it's just like a lot of putting blame on others, and it's like, oh, the price of groceries are crazy, which they are, which they absolutely are. I agree, but it's like, do we think that that's directly related to immigration, to again tariffs, etc.? I don't know. And it's just like, okay, well, if we get rid of all the immigrants, whatever, like, you know, that's gonna fix XYZ. I don't know how the government deciding what, you know, what a woman should do with her child or whatever, or her unborn whatever, fixes any of that. I have no idea. You know, especially when it's like you see the way, again, going back to the whole idea of like where there's a lot of right-leaning misogynistic, like, you know, thoughts out there where it's like, yeah, you talk, like, there's just some of the rhetoric you see online and stuff is just so fucking heinous. You read all these like articles about people just being complete, you know, just heartless people, and it's really fucking, like, you know, scary. Where it's like, oh, you think that everyone has an abortion is just being irresponsible, etc., blah blah blah, like, oh, close your legs, it's that, blah blah blah. But then you think about people like, you know, Elon Musk or Donald Trump, who have multiple kids and multiple, like, you know, baby mamas, etc., blah blah blah, and it's like it doesn't like matter. It doesn't affect them. I don't know. I guess this is like my matcha powder here. It makes sense to be worried, even if it doesn't necessarily affect you. Yeah, indeed. I do be worried, but unfortunately, worrying doesn't do very much, you know? It's not very, productive. Not very helpful, I suppose. Is this enough? Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I should have used the side. I spent forever drawing this damn little whisk, and I don't know why. It's like, what was so difficult about it? I feel like I couldn't get the angle right. I think I couldn't get the, again, like the, how wide should the little whisk pieces be? I don't know. Okay. So, now I gotta think about perspective here. Actually, no, let's do fun stuff. Let's just color the matcha in. I think it's this one, the warmer one. Okay, so this will be the matcha. Yum. I feel like also, all matcha is not made the same. It's funny because I think, I used to have one often when I lived in a different apartment, whatever, like me and Tina used to have it together, or whatever. And like that powdered matcha tastes so different than like if you go to like Dunkin' Donuts or something and order a matcha. And I'm like, oh, because you know what? I always needed to put like sugar or some type of like honey or something in the one we had at home. But then I went to like Dunkin' and we got like a matcha that didn't have any sugar in it. I was like, oh, this is very drinkable. But I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Not everything is made equal. I can go for a matcha mochi though right now. Like a green tea mochi. That would sound delicious. Or you know what I tried recently? The Trader Joe's has this like it's like a brownie ice cream sandwich, but it's like coffee chip ice cream or something in the middle, and it's freaking very good. I do love me a coffee ice cream. A fuck with the coffee Oreo, like that's my fave these days. I used to be into, I loved a good Graham Central Station or like a red velvet cake ice cream, but coffee Oreo, man. Cookies and cream was always my like favorite in terms of like, you know, normal flavors, I guess. But if you got coffee Oreo, I'm fucking there. I feel like, does this... Maybe we can make the glass pink. Or the mug, rather. Ice cream kind of person too? Hell yeah. And it's funny that it's called cookies and cream, like when you think about like an Oreo ice cream, because like Oreos technically don't have any cream in them. They're like vegan, right? So they can't have any like dairy in them, you know? There's actually no cream in that. I always find that kind of funny. I think it's just like literally oil and chemicals and shit. Okay, pretty. Pretty. listen to me rant about, the state of the union or whatever. The state of my mind, really. It's like, I don't really hit or talk about that shit on like stream and stuff, but it's just like, that's just forefront of this little brain today for obvious reasons. So, I appreciate y'all letting me yap about that. Kind of cute. When you gotta rant, you gotta rant. Zam right. In other news, if you want to hear a little funny story. So, when I was at one of my jobs one day, this like person came out to me and was like trying to like hit on me, whatever, ask me out, whatever. I was all, the fuck? But anyway, and he asked me for my number and I was like, no. Politely, no. But he asked me for like social media. I was like, sure, like here's my Instagram, whatever. And he like he basically just asked me like to hang out. I don't know. It's like, is that a date? Is that a whatever? I don't fucking know. Not the point. But I was like, damn, this homeboy like graduated high school several years after me, and I was like, dude, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I basically was just like, listen, if you graduated in this year, you're too young to be hanging. You're too young for me to hang out with you. And it's like, I don't want to be like ageist or anything, but it's more just like, if I had met you through a mutual friend or something, even just to be friends, it'd be different. But it's like a random stranger trying to hang out with me who's like barely a legal adult. And I'm like, no. But then he was like, oh, an X amount of years difference. You're making me sound like a baby. And I'm like, fam, yes, in my brain, you are a baby. I literally told her, I was like, can you believe this literal child tried to hit on me? Like a child, you know? And I mean, it's literally like a decade of like difference or whatever. And he's like, you make me sound like a baby. And I'm like, yeah, fam, that is exactly how I feel. And he was like, whatever, suit yourself. And I was like, okay, sounds good to me. But yeah, I was surprised is all. And then I had someone at work ask me if I was, they were like, oh, because, you know, certain things, you know, you can't freaking use, like, certain equipment if you're not, like, 18, right? And he's like, oh, are you over 18? And I was like, yeah. Like, what the fuck? And he was like, take that as a compliment, this, that, blah, blah. And I'm like, and again, I guess this goes back to the whole idea of, like, you know, the way things are going with, like, you know, young men or whatever. But I'm like, fam, what do you think an 18-year-old looks like? Because, like, this is not an 18-year-old, you know what I mean? Damn. It's like, okay, I would understand something in the 20s, but like teenagers? I call adults babies all the time. You're 23, yeah, you're a baby. Exactly. Yes, a baby. I think that your early 20s are indeed babies. Or like if you haven't graduated college and you went like right after school and you're planning to do like the high school, college, 4 years, whatever. It's like if you're still in that, I also think you are a baby. You know? I think it's also the thing too where it's like, okay, if I'm in my 30s hanging out with someone who's like in their early 20s, it's like in the same way when I was in my earlier 20s and I like look back and I'm like, I know why I was like, you know, starting shit up with like kind of people who are like probably shouldn't have been flirting with or whatever, right? Or it's just like you're a little too old for me, obviously, like seriously a little too old for me. But it's like, why were you 37 trying to like, you know, hee hee ha ha, like, you know, say things to me like that, you know? I was like, the hell? That's why I was like, I don't want to be that person, you know? Especially when it's not going to be anything like actually serious, you know? I think about that stuff all the time. I'm like, damn, me as a person in my like early 20s, I was like, what am I doing here? But again, that is the thing. That is what you do in your early 20s. You say, what the fuck am I doing? And you just do whatever you want. Okay. So this is, maybe I should put some green here, like little drippies, because we've already mixed our matcha. Okay, because I want there to be like, you know how at the bottom of your cup, like after you drink everything, there's always like a little bit of, you know, a a little residue on the bottom. That's the idea here, but I don't know how to show like the depth to be like, this is like this way, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this brown that I have is like way too dark. So I'm using this little baby acrylic block. And then I'm going to get some water and I'll get some paint. I'll use it like a watercolor basically. Oh, okay, I guess I need more water. It's still awfully dark. Oh yeah, much better. This is like a cool brown. Like this one here is like a light tan and it's warm. We gotta stay cool. I like the cool color. Speaking of matcha, I think so. I got invited to a cookie swap. I got invited to a cookie swap in for like the holidays or whatever. And my sister makes a really awesome whatchamacallit? She has like a matcha cookie that has some type of like pink stuff in it. I don't know. It's like pink white chocolate or something. I mean, it's not white chocolate, but it's some type of pink chocolate in it. I'm like, maybe that will be what I bring because it'll like wow people or whatever. But I'll see. It literally fits this color scheme. Okay, fam. I don't know what I was going for here, but clearly it's not working very well. That's how it be sometimes. You know what I started doing today too? So like, I'm getting rid of my Adobe, whatever subscription, and I have decided I'm moving on to DaVinci Resolve. So I started to edit with that today, like a little vlog I took a couple weeks ago, and I think it's going okay. But like, I forgot there would be like a learning curve in some sense because you know it's like things are similar to like other editing programs, but it's like not quite the same. And like again, figuring out the commands and stuff like that, it's like, oh shit. But like sometimes I'd be forgetting that I actually enjoy editing video sometimes. A lot of times I don't, but like, you know, this was fun. And I'm like, yeah, I want to vlog more. I gotta do that. I don't know how I feel about this, fam. I will say, I do like the fact that like this is the way I'm doing it with just like kind of using these colors as like watercolor. It does really stretch the like shades of the markers I'm using, you know? It's like that is that, you know? Okay, I will say now that it's wet though, this shit may be warping on this side, but you know, whatever. Okay. Also, this ain't too shabby, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cute. Low-key kind of cute. I will say, I think for color balance, I feel like I should have had the strawberries like up here and like move this down, but you know, I wasn't thinking about that. Commands should be universal, but I guess that's one of the ways they get people to keep using my product. True, true, true. And you know, I think the thing is that I have to like figure out what keyboard commands I want to use, and I also have to just like program it myself. Because I think the other thing, I have mentioned this before, but like being a Mac user, like I'm a PC user, but I'm also a Mac user. And when I was editing videos on my Mac, because the mouse is like the trackpad, I feel like I could use all the buttons and commands with both my hands, like, you know, this, like mouse, right side of the keyboard, left side of the keyboard. But now it's like on an actual setup, it's like just this hand's on the keyboard and then my hand's on the mouse like here, you know? So it'd be like this. So I try to make all the commands just within reach on my left hand. And that's how I fix it all for Premiere. but now I have to like refix it for resolve. Just because I feel like for me that's what I realize is like the fastest thing, because sometimes it's like the commands are on the right side of the keyboard, like some of the buttons for the commands are on the right side of the keyboard, and it's like I don't want to keep lifting my hand up off the mouse. Or like with this mouse in particular, like all the little buttons on here, the extra ones, I programmed those to do things. So I could like cut, like I could click, you know, whatever, cut here, would ripple delete here, you know what I mean, do something here, whatever. And again, it made editing quicker and more efficient, you know. So I would use like the extra buttons on my mouse to do certain things, and then I would just use my one hand to do other things. And I would never have to take my hand off the mouse, which was a good thing. Okay, so, oh shit, okay, now we gotta work on these little cake rolls. Okay, I'm gonna make one chocolate with the green matcha. I think that should be this one. Ow, my finger. Let me tell you, so, obviously I did my like next cosplay over the weekend, and I'm still kind of cleaning up stuff. Like this room is clean, but I still have to clean like my personal room, because it's just like shit everywhere, and like the room, or not the room, but the stuff behind this little room here is all like my sewing artsy fartsy shit, and that shit is everywhere. A big hot mess. So I gotta clean that at some point. But I was cleaning like the adhesive or like glue or whatever off of my like fabric scissors, because I think that from using like different like freight checks or whatever, or having like, you know, just other stuff trying to like get stuff to stick to itself, I like, you know, they just weren't as sharp and clean, so I was using Goo Gone to get rid of it. But let me tell you, that shit was still sharp because it cut me twice. Like the blades cut me on my pointer finger, or my index finger, and on my thumb right here, and I still have a little loose piece of skin flapping around. I guess this one will be the green cake. I don't know. Well, be what it be. Okay, now we just have to follow this. Hopefully this is correct. Okay. Okay, yeah. And then this one's gonna be a chocolate one with the green matcha. Okay, now I gotta think about this. I think this is the cream in my brain. I mean, this would be a good thing. Ooh. Okay. Oh yeah. Wait a second. Okay, this makes sense. Like we're making this here, but I think I need to add another layer, another line here. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, like that. Oh shoot. Like this should be green, right? It's a little weird because I'm trying to think it in my head. It's like this is the swirly or something. I don't know. I might have fucked that up actually. I may have fucked that up. Ah, sheesh. Oh, you know what it should be? I think it should, like, go down. Then. I think that's, like, the equivalent of this. Like, where it, like, ends into the roll. Yeah. And I also used the wrong green. So, that's something. It's fine. You can't be too pressed, man. It's just my bullet journal. It's all good. Okay. I feel like this brown is too brown, so that's why we're gonna use the watercolor type method again. I feel like this is a good color. It could probably even be darker than that. Chocolate and matcha, strawberries and matcha, strawberries and chocolate. Great combinations of flavors. Hell yeah. know what? To no one's like actual surprise except for mine, you know what's been a game changer for me? Going to fucking sleep early. Like instead of trying to stay up and do dumb shit like scroll, like just going to sleep when I'm tired. That has been a game changer to my like energy levels, man. Or like to my natural state of waking up. Fucking shocking. Crazy how it actually isn't insufferable to like wake up at, I don't know, like 6 o'clock when I go to bed earlier. Right? It's like one of these where it's like people say it's like good for you and you're like, the fuck, I don't know about that. And it's like, nah, it really is. Same thing with like a meditation and stuff too. It's like, I'm like, oh, is that really gonna do anything? And it's like, yeah, it kind of does actually when you start getting into it. Going to sleep early is hard. It is. I will say it definitely is. I think the only time it's easy is when you're actually fucking exhausted. Which maybe that's not a good thing that I've been that. I feel like if anything too, it's like the idea of like, what's the word I'm looking for? I think sometimes I stay up to, like, I'll just scroll instead of going to sleep, and it's like, oh, but I just can't fall asleep, and it's like, you probably could if you tried, you know? In the same way that, like, you make children just go to sleep, like, your bedtime's at this time, and then you, like, go to your room, and you hopefully don't, you know, aren't scrolling on your screen, and you just go to sleep. I think that's the idea here, is what I like need to do. Something. Well, maybe I should make the bottom like here darker because you know it's like a shadow at that depth. Yeah. And I'll do the same for like these green ones too. I have blackout curtains and 6K lights, so I'm never tired until I get in the bed whenever I realize what time it is. Yo, I love a good blackout curtain. Last thing too, I also will make my lights come on when my alarm does too, to try and like, you know, help me with that because, you know, it's like easy to forget that like it's actually sunny outside and it's like time to wake up when you have blackout curtains and stuff. So I will try to make my lights come on in my room as well. Perfect. Perfect. And then we'll use this green color here. Right. Showing a little bit of depth, I suppose. That's something. Again, I'm not crazy about this little cake roll, but like, you know, this one looks good to me. That one's a good swirly. Okay. I think let's write November in green. Which green though? I guess we'll do the dark green. Here we go. I feel like it needs more of this pink though. So maybe we can, I don't know, outline it, I guess? Or give it a little something. Right? Just for a little bit of, again, color balance, I suppose. Yeah. And there we have it, our cover page, y'all. I feel like the white is like too white, you know? It needs a little bit of like something. Let me give it a little bit of just some type of color. Because even whipped cream usually is not that white. And if it is, it's probably extremely artificial. Or like, should there be some green? Again, it is a matcha latte, you know? photos of like their cups down though. Where's my little thing? And it's like I could just stop here, but I think that's what really like, you know, elevates art or whatever. It's about the whole light source thing, and granted, I'm not fucking good at that shit, so like I don't know where I don't know where the fuck the light source is coming from, fam. Like I don't know, but we gotta do something here. And we'll do a little something here. Right? And then I guess we'll do something here. Yeah, do I think this is accurate? No. Do I think it needs a little something? Yeah. And we'll do a little bit of shading here. Okay. Now we're done. Done for real, everybody, with the cover page. That's November for us. Again, I don't think this thing came out well, but like I didn't know how else to draw it, whatever. But you know, even our little crusty leaves came out okay, I think. Okay, so that's our cover page. And now we have this one. This is just a calendar here. I drew a little teapot. And then our brain dump with another little matcha latte. I did this one with like the hearts like going around. Like, you know, if you get a really nice cocktail, like I will say that's one of my favorite garnishes is when they put the bitters on it and they just through. Pretty. Excuse me. And then I have just a simple weekly spread. Yeah. I feel like the thing with bullet journaling too is that like in the times I've done it, you know, people will do a lot of different trackers, like their habit trackers, their mood trackers, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, fam, that's too much. That's too much for me to do. And so I feel like I've really simplified things that I like put in my bullet journal spreads because it's like I just don't utilize things, you know? Like I don't freaking utilize the mood tracker. And so I'm gonna put it in there, you know? And I feel like I would just get pressured when it comes to like things like the habit tracker. It's like, did you floss your teeth today? Like, I don't want to tell y'all that I didn't. Or like, did you take all your vitamins? No, I didn't, okay? But I will say, I've always liked it when the few times where I've done like daily gratitude, I did enjoy that. Just because it's always fun to look back on things like that, I think. Also, when does November end this year? November calendar. It actually ends on Saturday. Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. They say the trick with the straight line is to just like you move like your elbow or whatever in the one smooth stroke. And that's easier to like pull towards you, so like I should be doing it like this way. That's what people say. Whether or not it's true, I have no idea. But I am trying it. Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to make the columns first. Bummer. It's not good. Alright. Let me think. I'm gonna do Sunday. Okay. I think I'm gonna highlight the this part will be, oh shoot, I did not want to use this green, but that's okay. I wanted to use the other one, but like it's fine. It's so fine, guys. Totally fine. Okay. Excellent. And like, where's my fine liner? a whole week late. I was busy last weekend. Okay. I'll say one year I literally made every single one of my bullet journal spreads like in advance for the following year. So then I had an entire like bullet journal ready to go, and it was all BTS themed. Okay. Oh my eye's itching. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, then I'm going to. Where's my eraser now? Okay, here. I'm going to. Put that in pink and then write November, just in easy little November. Okay, you can tell clearly I didn't space that out properly, but like it's fine, it's a goodie. Okay. Then my little teapot. She's bulbous. She's quite round, rotund. Okay, she looks like a pumpkin. Let's have her on a little like pot holder mat or something. Coaster, I don't know. Something. And her spout and her handle. Would have been much better if I sang it in the song order. Because she's a little teapot, short and stout. Here's her handle, here's her spout, you know. Something like that. So imagine that's the way I said it originally, okay? And a little teacup. Okay, I don't know why I drew everything at an angle, but that's fine. This, I guess, will be where the tea goes. And of course, my tea leaves again. Sure. I feel like I don't like placement of that at all, but like, you know, whatever. Cool. Now what color should everything be? Let me erase things a little better. Okay, let's make the tea leaves actually green. Let's have the teapot be this kind of beige color, but with like pink accents. Yeah, let's do that. Fun. I should have made, okay, it's fine. Tis fine. I said pink accents and I fucking did the whole thing this color. It's all good. And now it's all muddy. That's okay. But at least it's not so, it's very subtle now. Then we'll give it some darker shading here and here. Maybe underneath the handle a little bit. Okay. And then I'll make cup. Again, we gotta give a little color to the cup. Ow. Ow, my fucking shoulder, man. I don't know what it is, but it's always right here. Gotta give a little bit of... Oh, that was too much color. Too much color. Too much. Okay, now it's too much water. Help. Okay. And there we go. Our calendar page. Kind of cute. I will say it's so funny because this color is like a sage-ish green, but it has like obviously a blue like a tint or whatever. At least on camera looks like. And now for my little brain dump page. I just didn't know what I wanted to put here. I feel like it's just kind of an empty space in case I like just have notes to put or want to make a short list or something. Let's write the word brain dump in the warm green. Or actually, maybe I should do it in the brown, like the actual brown. Because then my little leaves here are green. Maybe I'll write brain in this color. Oh no. I erased too well. And now I'm gonna freaking raw dog this. Brain. Dump. Okay. Not too shabby. And then we can just underline it in pink. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how people who like do these top-down like art videos on like YouTube and stuff, they just be doing it like on here like that. It's like, hello, I can't fucking see shit. Like, I've had to move this left and right and all around the whole time. Like, if to do it just like this is like, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to like get around the corners I'm trying to get to, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, so we have kind of an empty page, again, just to write whatever the fuck I want, to dump a little my brain thoughts, and then I have my weekly here. And it's like, should I make this week here, like this week, or it's like Thursday tomorrow, I mean, we're already at the end of it, or should I just start from like the 10th, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that and call it there. Okay. Ouch. Okay, so let me draw my little mug here. And I'll make my mug. What color should I make it? Because the matcha itself is going to be green. Okay. Okay, we need to outline this because otherwise I can't fucking see shit. So, this is a lot. Not my hair touching my mic. I just freeballed that, and that's not a great circle, but that's okay. Because this mug that I'm drawing, that's top-down view of the mug I'm drawing, was made in a ceramics class, okay? Oh my god, that's terrible. How did that happen? I don't know. But this was handmade at a ceramics class, okay? So, it has organic shapes, alright? And then the hearts. They're like... or something, right? And that didn't like curve the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. But you know, you get the idea. Should I do one more? don't know why I need that 5th one, but like the curve is off, unfortunately, but like it needs 5. It needs 3 or it needs 5, you know? Would have been better with 3. If the 3 were like spaced better, yes, but like it's not. Well, what are we gonna do? This is why I'm not one of those artists that just like, let me take this pen and draw with confidence. No, what the hell? I can't even doodle with confidence. Come on now. Alright, so let's color the latte part. You know what my go-to drink's been lately? It has been a London Fog. I fuck with the London Fog. I also really love Earl Grey tea in general. But I will say, the thing with Earl Grey and just like black tea is that like, you know, if you leave that shit steeping too long, it does not taste good. It gets very bitter. But the London Fog tea bags I have, so it is Earl Grey tea, but it also has like elements of both vanilla and lavender in it already. You can usually order a London Fog with lavender. Like vanilla is part of a London Fog already, like that's in the recipe. But I just boil some milk on the stove and steep my tea in it and add a little bit of sugar to it, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And it's fucking delicious. I will say though, I always forget. Like I low-key always forget, and like today it boiled over. Like all the milk over the pot, and I just had to hear it like sizzling away. And that's, I was like, oh shit, it's done. But that has been my go-to. But the tin that I bought of these tea bags was I think like $15 or something. But there's 30 tea bags in it, so I guess that's like $2 a tea bag, which I suppose is good in the sense of like, if I do a London Fog, I would usually buy it, and it costs way more than that. But I'm like, $2 a tea bag, That's not your typical, like, you know, store brand, grocery store tea bag supply. Do I make the mug pink? Do I make it dark brown? What to do? I guess I'll make it pink, right? But that's what it is on the cover, I think. Yeah, so let's make it brown. We'll make it brown, but again, this might be too dark. Yeah, it's gonna be too dark. But maybe we gotta make it dark brown because like this is dark brown. We gotta make something dark brown, you know? So we're just gonna have to commit. Oh, you know what? I feel like if I actually was able to, oh, never mind. I was saying maybe it's not that dark if I just do one layer, but I still think it's pretty dark. That's interesting. Not the biggest fan of this here, but that's like okay. Don't get better until you keep doing things, I suppose. We'll do a little like shadow, I suppose, there. Okay. I mean, granted, it's just a page in my bullet journal. This isn't no Picasso, you know? All right. And then onto the weekly spread, which is going to be super easy, super quickly. Because I feel like I don't care to make my weekly spreads super, like, artsy-fartsy, you know what I mean? With a lot of, like, bells and whistles on it, just because at the end of the day, it's like, this is what I need to write. I need fucking space here. Like, all throughout college, I had planners that were, like, 1 page per day. Because I, like, refused to use ones that had, like, a weekly spread. Because there was just not enough fucking space for me to write shit. Because I was like, oh, listen, I got class at this time. I have to work on this project. This is my homework for tonight. And then I have to think about this. And then I have work here. Like, I needed a whole space, a whole page of space. But now, not so much, I guess. Oh, okay. See, look at that. I'm getting tired already. It's only 9:30. That's a lot of writing. I liked the option, you know, because sometimes I felt, at least when I was a student, I felt way too confined by, like, just a little bit of space like this. As an adult now, like a working adult, especially when I like don't really have to take work home, you know what I mean? And the way you would like homework and stuff, you don't have to work on like worry about as much things. And also like as a freelancer anyway too, sometimes my weeks are not that busy. Sometimes they're really busy, sometimes they're not. Oh, and then I drew mini strawberries here. Oh, looks so little. And another little roll cake. Okay. There we go. My little weekly section here. Let me color my little leaves. Tea leaves, yeah. And then I'll make my roll cake. This is not the color I wanted. Oh, I'm so annoying. Okay. For a marker that has this color as the cap, like, it comes out way darker and way bluer than I think it would be. Anyway, okay. I knew my eyes weren't broken. I was like, this looks a little cool colored and not, warm toned. It's fine. You can't really tell when it's this small anyway, but still. It's the principle. Little pink strawberries. And then I'll do the leaves in this green, though. And even though these strawberries are minuscule, it still needs a couple of seeds. Boop, 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 boop. They actually kind of look low-key like little baby pizzas. I know obviously it's very, very tiny for you guys, but like, trust me. Okay. And then why don't we do just like a fun little border. Yeah. So in case I have a weekly like to-do list or something. Or just things I gotta think about. Okay. Fun. Okay. I feel like again, I don't think of myself as like a great artist or anything. Like I don't again, this is all very pure like amateur hobby stuff, right? But like I love watching art YouTubers in general, where it's like, oh, I love people who draw like characters and stuff. I love watching people make cards. I just love all types of like watching people do art. And some people just make this shit look so damn easy, and I'm like, the fuck? This gotta be a joke, right? Because even like with bullet journaling, some people do some really elaborate spreads, and I'm like, what the fuck? Actually putting a whole ass illustration as your cover page. Like what? Or it's like, for me, when I do mine, it's like, listen, the cover page is the only thing that has like any effort, real effort into it. Everything else is kind of just like a functional thing, you know? Like I need to put a calendar on here. But I'm always amazed. Or I'll watch people work with like polymer clay and stuff, and I'm like, damn, you made this entire like slab box or whatever with polymer clay, and it looks so fresh and so clean, crisp. I'm like, damn. Or especially when it comes to like tiny little details, I'm like, what the fuck? My hands are clunky. My shit don't come out that clean or crisp. But again, it's all fine. It's all just like, practicing more, just trying different techniques, etc., etc. And if anything, I know like when PewDiePie did his like his art videos and stuff, and I think he put one out recently or whatever too. And it's like, yeah, it did make me feel like maybe you could draw. Like maybe you could learn to draw in a year. Or draw much better, Because I'll be honest, I was never a kid like in school who like would draw, but I was someone who would doodle all the time. Like I would literally just in the corner of my page would have swirlies and little stars all the time. Or used to practice let me get a little loose page here. Like little freehands. Like me and a couple of my friends in the back of the class would always practice our freehand stars. So we would just on the corner of our note pages, etc., just have these everywhere. Or I'd write things like, hello or whatever. Or just write like song lyrics or whatever, but it'd all be in like bubble letters or something. So it'd be like, I don't know. If I wrote like nils, it'd be like this, like, something like this, right? But then I would do something. I don't know, something silly like this or whatever to it. Then I'd do like fake graffiti stuff or whatever, and then I'd just be like, okay, well then we'll do this, and we'll outline it, and we'll like color it in over here or whatever. Or we'd be like, we'll just write like I'd write little like whether they were like my own lyrics or my own little pieces of poetry or actual like songs or poems or whatever, but I would just do that and be like this and this, in the corners all the time. But I wasn't like someone who could actually draw things, I think people can learn to draw in a year if they practice properly, consistently. It's just a muscle. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think you can learn to do anything if you do it consistently and practice properly. I probably could have learned how to play the piano or the keyboard or the guitar or learn Korean or Japanese much faster and better if I was practicing properly and consistently. I think it's like that part of the dedication part, which is like tough, or taking the time to actually like improve and not only improve, but practice what you already know as well. Okay. So the difference here too is that I actually am now doing, I have 7 boxes here. Usually I only do 6 because I usually have the weekend as like 1 box, but now that I be working on the weekends, it's like, they deserve their own box. Okay, so then let's do this light brown, this pink, and the warm green as our like little what is this? I don't know. Our row here, because then we'll write the day and the date. Yay. Perfect. Okay, so I guess we'll start with next week, considering this week is like almost over. So I'll just have to remember all the things I'm doing this week, like actually remember them. Like I have I have a shoot tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I have a shoot tomorrow. I work my other job on Friday, and I have like a birthday thing, which I also need to like remember to get my prescription, which I was supposed to do today. Didn't do that. I need to get that person something. I think I might get them a restaurant gift card. I just haven't decided what restaurant yet. And then I'm going to work on Saturday. And it's funny because the people I'm hanging out with, I think I work with them at my second job. And I'm pretty sure these hoes are going to call out. Like, I'm low-key sure they're going to call out. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. But, whatever. And then Sunday would be this day. So I'll write that down. Sunday. And that would be, what day is that? Sunday the 10th. Okay. In y'all, like, would you guys go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? And not like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Is that crazy? Or, and granted, it's different because there's like not a box here, but if it was just this page, right, would you do like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? You know what I mean? Where it's like, because when I have 2 pages, I feel like sometimes I can get that way, where it's like Monday, Tuesday, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, instead of like just being a cross. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think this way looks like it should be a cross, but I think in other ones, or maybe not, according to this one, not. Interesting. I was really not good at keeping up with my bullet journal at all this year. Like, at all. This one's pretty cool, though. I left everything very open. And then I kind of just like, let me just write it on the day of, Or just leave it loose. Because again, some days it's like I have a lot more to do. Some days I have like nothing to do. Actually, that's a lie. I should never have nothing to do. Sunday, Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Okay. Oh, that's funny. I started off with all capitals here, and then I said, no, I'm good. shit. Okay. You see, now I'm remembering things. Okay, so let's just add in some things here that I do recall that I know I need to do. So I'm gonna fill in a little space at the bottom. I'll do like 2 rows here. Maybe I'll do 3. These are the days where I think I should be able to stream. And that's what we're gonna try. We're gonna try to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays around between 7 and 8 o'clock. So call it 7:30 to be safe, but you know, don't be surprised if I show up at 8 though, you know? This just makes the most sense, I think. So, I'll write my ideas for what the stream will be or what game I'm gonna play or whatever for those, because you know, I ain't got no fucking idea right now, that's for sure. Sunday, let me think. We're gonna get a regular pen. This one, I love these pens from Muji. I do have work. That's at 4. Let me fill that in. I have work this day too. And on this day, okay. Oh, I don't have work on this day. Why would I write that? Okay, sorry. Couldn't think of it. I was like, wait, well, why wouldn't I stream this day then? That's what was going through my brain. But I realized it's probably because, hello, is this all gone? Oh, nope, it's just not on the track. Here we go. I have a different type of work. Not the one I'm thinking of here, though. Here. Oh, shoot, I have work here. Fuck. See, this is why I need to write this shit down, huh? Okay. I have a shoot. All right, that one down. I have a shoot here too. Okay, great. Yeah, as I said, I got something to work on every day. And then this day, I have a event. I forgot. Retirement party for my old high school teacher. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very anxious and nervous about so I got social anxiety about it. Okay. So that's my plan so far. I feel like what I want to add is what am I gonna do when I got the time off, you know? It's cool, I work at 4 and suppose when I come home, I don't know what time that'll be. It's if I don't need to take a nap, what should I be doing that evening, you know? That type of thing. And then when I come up with stream ideas and stream times, I'll write that in here. Again. That is, I think, the idea that I'm going with now. Because assuming if I were to have a week like this where I'm working every single day, it's where can I fit in time to stream or time to, come hang out? And I think these would be the best days. Just because I don't have to go to bed early. You know what I mean? That's how my brain is working. But it's when do I work on other things? When do I edit videos? When do I cut shit? And what about when I gotta hang out with fam and everything? Because if I were to stay late to this retirement party, that means I would probably not get very much sleep, go to work, be extremely tired, and come home and just knock out for the next 4 or 5 hours. And then I wake up and it's I actually gotta go to sleep in 2 hours because I work the next day very early. So then you kind of just fuck up your entire sleep schedule, and I'm not trying to do that, you know? But anyway, so let's look back at what we've done so far. Here is what we've done so far for my November bullet journal spread. We did a fun little strawberry matcha chocolate theme. We have our little matcha spoon here with the powdered matcha, our little mixing bowl thingy, our whisk, our latte, a couple of roll cakes, some strawberries, and then our calendar page. This is good so I can just see what's happening, but I'm also I should be doing things too where it's you know what, if I had a mental was a key where it's like, okay, I don't know, I'll do pink for personal events. Like, what do I do? On Saturday, that's the day that, let's call my second job this one, which I worked this day. I usually work like this, as far as I know. Until I'm not put on, but who knows? Right? Like, those are the days I normally work that job. I went to Comic-Con this day, so that was like a personal event. I have a dinner thing this day. I have another dinner thing this day. And what, Thanksgiving is this day? Or this day? The third week? Is it the third Thursday? I think, right? Yeah, and then it's like, okay, cool. And then when it comes to like my other job, my like video production stuff, it's like I worked. What was it? It's like this day. So things like that, where it's like, again, this is me trying to organize things or figure out, give myself a quick little bird's eye view of the month, you know? And sometimes what I'll do, granted, I made a drawing here, but sometimes I'll just write the dates down where it's like, oh, this day is so-and-so's birthday. Like, oh, my friend's birthday is this day. Actually, she's turning 30. I should send her a gift because she was one of my really good friends when I was here, and I just haven't seen her in years because she lives in California now, but I would love to send her a gift. Or, like, you know, an edible arrangement or something. But I usually would write, like, the 18th is so-and-so's birthday. Or, like, on the 8th, I have so-and-so's birthday dinner. Blah, 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 whatever. Are these the technical terms for these instruments? Which instruments? Where are we talking about now? The actual instruments? And then I have my empty little brain dump page. So again, I basically just didn't want to start the week on this page. And I was like, what should I put here? I don't know. Some people will put like a quote on this page, and like, I ain't fucking got time to think about one. So like, we ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what I'll put here eventually. Maybe I will another day. I don't know. Maybe that'll be another doodle page. But yeah, I feel like here too, sometimes I'm just like, what do I need to do, or what do I want to do? Because sometimes I'll do like goals for the month and everything too. But like, where a weekend, I haven't thought about it. I don't know. But I can still write some things down. Like, maybe, I don't know, go to the fucking gym a couple times. Who knows? Stream more. Huh. Post more on YouTube. Huh. You know, things like that. But we'll see. Maybe we should think about that. Let's write some goals down, actually, while we're here. Let's do that. Most of my goals are related to, like, you know, content stuff. But whatever. Let's see, what should my goals be? Let's stream... Let's stream 3 times a week on Twitch. So that would be like again, our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Can I do that for the next 4 weeks? We'll see. Because, okay, we did it for this week. Can we do it next week, the following week, and the following week? I don't know. We'll see. We'll stream 3 times a week. Let's try to post 1 vlog. Post 1 vlog on YouTube. Imagine. I'm editing 1 now, so I guess that would already count if I post it for this month, right? Yeah, what else do I have? Oh, you know what I can do? How many followers do I have on Twitch? Maybe, do you think I can get to 75 followers by the end of the month? Maybe. Something like that, I guess. I don't know. Those are like fun, silly goals, but, you know. And then what else? Again, like, my goal would be, like, go to the gym 3 times a week, but that shit ain't gonna happen, I can already tell you. Especially with the week, like, next week where I'm working every day. It's probably not gonna fucking happen. So, I don't know. I do want to, like, take up a class, so maybe that's something I should really think about. Like, just, like, a dance class or something. I don't know. I talk about this shit all the time, and it's like, maybe I should gotta fucking do it. And sometimes it's like, I'm doing it, and then I just can't stay consistent or dedicated, you know? And then my weekly spread, I keep my weekly spread very, very simple, just for the functionality purposes. Like, I don't have a lot of doodles anywhere, you know? This literally looks like a rice ball to me. But yeah, and that is my very quick and simple November bullet journal spread. I don't know, I really think, like, for me, I think that I don't do my bullet journal stuff enough. Like, I enjoy it, but I just don't do it, you know? And sometimes it's like, oh, it's not super necessary because, like, I got it all in my brain. But sometimes it's nice to write everything down. And sometimes it's really nice to just take the time and do the fun doodles and color and, like, just turn off your brain for a little bit. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, it's like, yeah, I really was trying to turn off that brain today because that brain was working too hard, making me sad and shit. And I don't want to be sad. I don't want to do that. I want to remain resilient, Yeah. Because sometimes I'll use, I use Notion for a little bit too. And sometimes I was really into, like, using Notion. And a lot of times I'm just like, I fall off. Because at one point, like, using Notion worked really well for, like, content planning and stuff too. Like, just when I was posting more on YouTube and stuff. But, like, because, I haven't really been doing that lately. So I was like, okay, well, I haven't logged on to Notion then either. Okay. All right, fam. We fucking did it. It's 10 of 10. I'm tired and I'm smelly. I need to take a shower. So I think I am going to pretty much end the stream here tonight. Damn, we did it. Damn right we did, fam. Ooh. Oh my god, I look like a hot mess. But I'm gonna end the stream here tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I know, like, I kind of went on a rant for a little bit, but again, I appreciate this having the space to just kind of word vomit, just kind of thoughts I was thinking these days, or today anyway. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will catch you in the next one, which honestly will probably be on Monday, because I do not see myself. I definitely am not committing to streaming any other day other than Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the rest of the month. So if you see me on any other day, it is a pleasant surprise. Not only to you, but to me as well, because I won't fucking know. You know what I say about my stream, right? I'm a variety streamer. I expect the unexpected, because y'all don't know what I'm doing or what I'm streaming, and neither the fuck do I. So there's that. But anyway, you all have a wonderful, again, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever, whatever, and I will catch you in the next stream. Have a good night. Bye.